So how do you feel also that on that, Yasmin? Like, because again, there is like this sort of duopoly, like, you know, these different thoughts about like, oh, the fees are too high, the fees are like too low. Can you tell maybe a bit more also what is the sort of like back behind the scenes that people don't realize that maybe made you mad, like, you know, sometimes like, oh, you do an easy job. Actually, hey, wait a minute. Actually, I do this, and that. Can you tell a bit more of behind the scene on daily basis of your role in the company?
Yeah, so I think a perfect example is like when I tell my friends that work a typical 9 to 5, not in marketing, not in influencer marketing, they see TikTok as like, I think they still see it through a cringe perspective and they don't really understand the platform. They don't understand an influencer. So they're like, oh, you get them a deal and all they have to do is like, dance in front of a camera. And I'm like, no, like I have a talent who's like super creative. He like will shoot a piece of content that in duration it's like 3 hours of filming, but then he has to cut it down into a 30-second TikTok because that's what we agreed to with the brand. So I mean, there's a whole procedure to things, right? There's like, I have a set area of brands that like someone fits best with. From there, it could either be an opportunity where I have to pitch them um, based off of their numbers, based off of past partnerships that they've done, and I have to, in a way, create some sort of finesse so the brand can see why there's that connection between the creator and the brand. From there, there's a lot of negotiations that happens, there's numbers involved. Then we move into the actual content creation piece where, I either advise or I just provide a brief to the creator, then they go ahead and they do their thing, and then I kind of step back a little bit until they provide me a draft. I have to then watch the draft and make sure that, it aligns with what we agreed with before we, for whatever reason, disappoint or upset a client. That's not something we want to do. So once I see that it kind of meets, those requirements, I then send it to the brand. We go through an approval process, and then I have to watch it go live. So it really is just going through a mini campaign from beginning to end. And that's what I think that people don't see when, they see a TikTok on their For You page.